Well, George Akume comes with lots of experience. Two-term governor of Benue State, was a senator. As early as 2019, he was Minister of Special Duties under the Buhari administration. It was a busy day for President Tinubu, who also met with Nigerian governors, the Nigeria Governors Forum, perhaps the first meeting he will be having with a larger committee of state governors since becoming president. He also met with oil marketers on the oil subsidy, the full subsidy removal. I'm joined now by State House correspondent Femi Akande, who is live at the presidential villa. Femi, it would seem that the Tinubu administration is shaping up. We have the first swearing of the first member of the Federal Executive Council today. How did it go?
Yes, indeed, the administration of Bola Tinubu is already getting traction and also taking those first steps that is necessary to put it in the right direction as it begins the process of governance. Well, for Senator George Akume coming on board as the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, it would help the administration, especially when they begin to plan to, when they start to form the Federal Executive Council. It would help it put everything in shape, like ensure that all the processes are followed in setting up the Federal Executive Council. But also for President Bola Tinubu, we expect that apart from this swearing-in, we expect to hear more announcements of some appointments made, especially now that the Senate has given him a go-ahead to appoint 20 special advisors. But this is just the first for the president. You know, the swearing of Speaker Femi as Chief of Staff to the president will only happen on the 14th of June. That is after he would have also ended his tenure as Speaker of the 9th National Assembly, that is the House of Representatives. So we expect that Senator George Akume will play a crucial role in the government moving forward now that his appointment has gotten legitimacy. Nifemi.
Interesting development, Femi, when you consider the shift away from, former military officers. The early appointments has shown the Chief of Staff, who is a former Speaker of the House of Reps, the Deputy Chief of Staff, also a former Deputy Governor. So it would seem that the new president is being surrounded by former lawmakers and also individuals who have led their states in the past. Speak to us about the experience George Akume is bringing to the table.
Yes, indeed, Nifemi. George Akume, he also said he has been around for a while, for a very long time. He started his political career as a sole administrator of a local government in Benue State. Before he rose to become the governor of Benue State for 2 terms, he was also in the Senate, where he led the minority party in the Senate. That time, he was in the Action Congress of Nigeria. He led the minority party in the Senate. He has been very prominent in Nigeria's political scene, especially in the north-central region where he comes from. He has also been quite influential in that region, and even during the election, he played a prominent role in ensuring that his state, Benue State, delivered the majority vote for President Bola Tinubu's party, the All Progressives Congress. So, people say that George Akume indeed has paid his dues when you look at his trajectory from coming from Benue State up to the national level. And beyond that, they also say he's competent. He has that capacity. He was the Minister of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Affairs in President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. He was also, in that ministry, he helped coordinate the merit awards that was given out to deserving Nigerians by President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. And he has also carried out some national assignments, critical national assignments, that a lot of people say makes him well qualified to handle the position of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. And know that the SGF position is the main role of the SGF will be coordinating the federal cabinet when it is eventually set up, when ministers are eventually appointed. So they need somebody of George Akume's stature, somebody who was a two-time governor, a minister, a senator, who has seen it all and has that experience that is needed for the smooth running of governance for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Femi.
Let's turn our attention to other things that happened at the villa today. President Tinubu also received audience of the Nigeria Governors Forum led by the chairman and governor of Kwara State, Abdulrazak Abdulrahman. This is the first meeting between President Tinubu and 36 state governors since his inauguration as president on the 29th of May. Part of the agenda, Femi, is to congratulate the new president for his successful inauguration and also committing to working closely with his administration. He earlier met with the APC governors. What makes this meeting different?
Well, this time it's a full house of governors, 36 state governors. Beyond congratulating him, they also came to support his decision to fully implement the subsidy removal economic policy. You know, they came to tell him that indeed oil marketers and, of course, Nigerian Governors Forum are on the same page with Mr. President, and they also commended his courage because they say successive administrations have tried amid several failed attempts to remove petrol subsidy, but did not have that political will to see it through. But this time around, President Bola Tinubu coming on board, and just within a week after this policy was announced, things are beginning to take shape, and you know, they say that indeed they are with him on that, and would also ensure that they take this message to the people in their own states, in their communities, to ensure that everyone is on board and understands what the federal government seeks to do and the benefits Nigerians would get from this on the long run. And they would also ask their people to be patient with the federal government as it comes up with different kinds of interventions that would help reduce or cushion the impact of this fuel subsidy removal, because it has really impacted on the price of goods, consumer goods, commodities, and also services. So the federal government is also in a race against time to ensure that it's cushion the impact of the hardship caused by this policy. What the governors are saying is that they are on the side of President Tinubu.
Forward to see how much impact they will make, particularly now that the president is talking about reviewing the minimum wage upwards, bearing in mind that some governors are even yet to catch up with the 30,000 naira minimum wage. Femi Akande live for us at the presidential villa. Thank you, Femi.